Hi there, this is David, and welcome to New RPG News. It's been a minute since I've come to y'all, talking about all sorts of new announcements, new exciting things happening in the JRPG verse. So today I want to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about Xenosaga, Yakuza, Persona 3, Eiyuden Chronicle, some Dragon Quest news, even some Suikoden news as well. But I want to get started first with Triangle Strategy. So, as many of you are aware, Triangle Strategy first came out on the Nintendo Switch. Got it right here. Bought it on release day. Actually pre-ordered it. I have the little cards inside of this, inside of the box right here, and it was great. I made a bunch of videos about it. I loved it. I reviewed it. I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic. I've been looking forward to a strategy RPG in the same vein as something like Final Fantasy Tactics for quite a bit of time, but here it is, now available on Steam. It's going to be coming out October 13th in roughly 2 weeks or so. And if you do pre-purchase it, oh, that's just lovely. If you do pre-purchase it, you do get 10% off, and I think that this is kind of funny, actually. So I just wanted to bring this up. If you get the deluxe edition right here, it's $58. But if you get this bundle, you'll get Various Day Life for only $3 more at $62. That's what they feel like Various Day Life is worth, even though they're selling that for like $28. They're like, hey, we'll just give it to you at 90% off. Just take it, just take it. It got horrible reviews. It looks pretty terrible. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy this anyway, if you're gonna buy this deluxe edition anyway, you might as well pick up the Various Day Life thing from $3 more. I just think that that's interesting that they're doing that. Namco has re-registered the name Xenosaga in Japan. Now, we don't know if this means that we're going to be getting HD remakes of the trilogy. I was reading this article here on RPG Fan, and basically what they did is they re-registered the name over in Japan, but it says here that they have previously, back in 2018, trademarked the subtitle for Xenosaga 3 here in America. They also trademarked Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean, as well as Origins last year in Europe, and nothing came of those. I played Xenosaga back in the day. I was pulling these out and I looked at this. I bought this used. You probably can't see that, but I bought this used. This is Xenosaga 1 for $7.99 back in the day. You can see that right there, hopefully. So yeah, I'm not lying to y'all. Got Xenosaga 2 right here. Big fan of the trilogy, except Xenosaga 2 kind of sucks. Xenosaga 3 as well. Have them here. I thought that they were fun. Xenosaga 1 and 3 were the best of the bunch, I must say. If they did do an HD remake, they would have to, like, retool them, hopefully all to use, like, the Xenosaga 3 engine or the growth system, or maybe make them all into, like, one really long game or something. I think that'd be kind of cool. If they just keep it all the same, I think that especially Episode 2 would really, really suffer if they did that. But, hey, here's hoping. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer about this. It is some pretty exciting news, especially considering all the other HD remakes that we've been getting recently. In kind of news of the weird, Sega has formally dropped the Yakuza brand name and replaced it with Like a Dragon, apparently to more closely align with the original Japanese name. Now, Yakuza has been around since 2006 here in the West. Got my first copy right here. And I didn't really play the Yakuza series, but that all changed with Yakuza Like a Dragon. To me, it was Yakuza's way of becoming like a Dragon Quest, if you know what I mean, and going into a turn-based combat system rather than kind of more of an action combat system. And I really, really, really liked Like a Dragon. And I have heard that the Like a Dragon series, now they're going to call it that, will be turn-based from now on. And I guess that they're changing the entire brand name just to be Like a Dragon, and they're dropping Yakuza entirely. I don't think that that's the best business decision that I've ever heard in my life, because, you know, people know what Yakuza is. It is an established brand. It's been around for quite a bit of time now. That would be like changing the name Final Fantasy to more closely align. Like, what? Like, it's been around. People know what it is. Why would you change it? It works. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's my thing. So, just kind of strange, but I figured that I'd bring it up. I'll probably still call it Yakuza because old habits die hard, you know? Now we have a rumor. A pretty exciting rumor, but a rumor nonetheless. Persona 3 is getting a remake. It's in development, and it's using Persona 5's engine. I still have my copy of Persona 3 right here for the PS2. Yeah, still got that. And that was my first foray into the long-running Persona series. I didn't really get a chance to play Persona 1 and 2 because they just didn't really seem up my alley, but everyone was going on about Persona 3 Fez back in the day, so I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. So, the rumor comes from a Reset Era user, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name, who has a track record behind them, because they correctly leaked previous Atlas news. And it says, according to him, this project is independent of the Persona 3 Portable Remaster, so it's a completely different thing. And the Persona 3 remake will be like Persona 5 in terms of both visuals and quality of life features. And both games are said to share the same graphical engines. So that's pretty neat. Atlas is having a concert this October, but they said they're not going to be announcing any games during that concert. So we don't know when this is going to be announced or if it's going to be announced because it is still a rumor, but it is an exciting rumor, and I hope that you guys are looking forward to this as well. Arn Fantasia and Penny Blood had a recent Ask Me Anything over on Reddit. So rather than, rifling through all those questions and everything, I figured I'd just go over the answers that are here over on, what is this website? Noisy Pixel. So it says that both games' planned playtime is going to be roughly 30 to 40 hours, which to me I think is a good length of a meaty, well-rounded JRPG. If they go on much longer than that, I'm just kind of like, oh, will this ever end? And if it's much shorter than that, I'm like, really? That's it? So I like that length. I think that that's a good length. It says that the planned release for Penny Blood is spring of 2025, so we still have about 2 more years to go. Both of them will be receiving DLC, but we don't know which specific DLC there is, and there is plans for a sequel if the reception is favorable. However, Arn Fantasia has no plans for a sequel, just Penny Blood, which is unfortunate because I personally am more excited about Arn Fantasia. Penny Blood will have a queer party member, just like Shadow Hearts 2 did with Joachim. Let's see, it says that they'll have a fully 3D camera, different elemental affinities, just like in Shadow Hearts, and each party member's role in Arn Fantasia will alter depending on which arms they have equipped. Kind of like the class system, I guess, back in Wild Arms 5, so that's pretty neat. It says that Arn Fantasia's world is going to be closest to Wild Arms 3, but the variety of locations might be closer to what Wild Arms 2 offered, which I kind of like. I didn't really like the world in Wild Arms 3 all that much, but the world in Wild Arms 2 I thought was really nice. Let's see what else we got going on here. Penny Blood will have a mature story aimed at adults with a greater emphasis on horror and grotesque imagery, which I'm not really the biggest fan of, but apparently publishers used to restrict that back in Shadow Hearts. And it says that he wants to balance the dark storytelling aspects along with the comedy. So that comedy of Shadow Hearts is still going to be there as well. It says that there won't be any rideable creatures in Arn Fantasia, but there will be vehicles, including a cool convertible car that shows up in the beginning. That's kind of neat. And then kind of strangely, it says Penny Blood will have no side stories, I guess meaning no like side quests or whatever. But then it says, but there's plans to add flavor text to the monsters, and then the side stories, it says there will be no side stories, but then it says the side stories from Penny Blood website will be included in the coffee table book. So yeah, I don't know what they're really trying to say there, but all I'm really trying to say is I'll be really excited for these games. Like, these are great. I love Wild Arms. I love Shadow Hearts. I love me some spiritual successors. I am all about this. So this kind of sucks, but I also kind of get it. Valkyrie Elysium Digital Deluxe Edition was going to come with a copy of Valkyrie Profile Lenneth, which is the first game in the series. And they were going to come out kind of together on September 29th if you got that digital deluxe edition. And that was really the only reason to get that digital deluxe edition. They said that you could like play it 3 days earlier, but still, like, you wanted the extra game. You know what I mean? But because of quality issues, Valkyrie Profile Lenneth is now being delayed all the way till December 22nd. It's like they're in the boardroom and they're like, hey, you know, we really got to get this up by Christmas, but it's still a pile of crap. So, you know, so we'll push it as far out as we possibly can till December 22nd. So, yeah. If you did order the digital deluxe edition of Valkyrie Elysium, you can still play that whenever that comes out, obviously, but you're not going to get your copy of Lenneth until December 22nd. Again, I don't like to complain about game delays because I would rather a game be delayed and be good than come out early and be terrible. So that's okay with me, but I also don't like whenever game developers promise what they can't deliver, if you know what I mean. Like, they probably knew way back that this game would not be ready. I mean, 3-month delay? Like, seriously? It just seems a bit much. I don't know. Like, don't promise what you can't deliver. That's my big thing here. Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai, is going to be getting a simultaneous worldwide release. We don't know when yet, but it will be a simultaneous worldwide release. This is an action-based Dragon Quest game based upon an animated TV show called Dragon Quest The Adventures of Dai TV anime. And there's going to be 2 different game modes. A story mode, which is going to basically be replaying the adventures from that television program, and there's also going to be, it says like it's going to be like this Temple of Memory mode. It almost sounds like a randomly generated dungeon. It says it's an original layered dungeon in which different enemies and stage mechanics appear each time you play. So it kind of reminds me of the ancient cave of Lufia 2. It says that the growth system is based upon bond memories. Basically, if you unlock a memory, you can equip it, and it will increase various stats, and then you get scenes from the original comic book as well. So that's pretty neat. It's coming out for the PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. We just don't know when yet, but I love Dragon Quest, so I'm looking forward to it. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is going to be getting a physical edition for the PS5, PS4, and Switch, launching January 6th of next year. If you didn't already buy this on Steam, back when it first came out for only $15, you can now get a physical edition for $35. So, yeah, I didn't think it was okay. I didn't think it was, you know, anything groundbreaking or anything. It was very mobile-y, if you know what I mean. If you do pre-order it, then you'll get a copy of the game and 3 trading cards, as well as an official soundtrack CD. So, I mean, if you're a super fan and you really, really, really like it, then hey, this is right up your alley. Me personally, I'm going to pass on this particular physical edition, but I thought that I'd, you know, just let you guys know about it. And in probably the most exciting news, and most unexpected news, Suikoden 1 and 2 is getting an HD remaster called The Gate Rune and Dunon Unification Wars. It's going to be coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Shockingly, not for the PS5. Isn't that interesting? Going to be coming out sometime in 2023. So I've played Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2. I got my copies right here in this beautiful box provided by Power Panda because my box looked like crap. But yeah, this is gorgeous. My Suikoden 2 box, not so hot. Yeah, but I got my copies. I remember getting Suikoden 1 for like $5. Suikoden 2 I think was like $70. It was really hard to get my hands on. But let's look at some of these comparison screenshots. Let's start at the beginning. This is a shot here from the PlayStation 1 version compared to the HD remake. That is a glow up if I ever saw one right there. These to me look pretty much exactly the same. I think it's just showing English versus Japanese here. Then we get to see Ted right there, so that's kind of cool. Again, English versus Japanese. Here we have a PlayStation 1 screenshot. This looks like the HD remake right here. It looks really nice. Some of these look better than others, I must say. Like this one looks kind of junky. It's the PlayStation 1 versus this. Like, yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. I love it. And I love how the sprites are still there, but the backgrounds are completely updated. There we are with them jumping off the waterfall. But there, it just looks magical. It looks beautiful. I love it. I love it. This looks to be fantastic, I've got to say. There's the hero, Gremio, Cleo, I believe? Pawn, I'm gonna go with. Luke, and Futch. There we are. Man, my memory, sometimes it goes, sometimes I remember these things. It's really interesting what you remember and what you forget. You know what I mean? I don't remember what I wore yesterday, but I remember the names of these people from a game that I played 20-something years ago. You know what I mean? It says that we're going to be getting new character drawing, sound improvements. As far as new system improvements, it says many new features have been added, such as dialogue, log, auto battle, double speed battles. That's nice. That's really, really nice. This is definitely going to be going on the must-buy list, I've got to say. Hopefully there's also like an indicator of like, hey, you know, you're going around, maybe you missed this Star of Destiny. Wouldn't that be nice? I feel like there's a lot more that I want to say about Suikoden 1 and 2, and I'm probably going to have another video dedicated just to this news, just to this announcement, because there is a lot to unpack here insofar as these two games. But for the purposes of this video, I just wanted to announce that it actually exists. So yeah, this is it for new RPG news. I know that we have a lot to go over here, but what were you most excited about? What are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if there's any other kind of news that you want me to go over, something you want to talk about, let me know in the comments, and I might bring it up in the next news video. And as always, have a good day.